Hollywood and Ireland's film community are mourning the loss of Brenda Fricker, the acclaimed Irish actor whose powerful performances moved audiences across generations. Fricker, who won an Academy Award for her unforgettable role in My Left Foot and became beloved worldwide as the Pigeon Lady in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, has died at the age of 81. Her agent confirmed that she died in Dublin after a period of ill health. For many viewers, Brenda Fricker was more than a familiar face on screen. She was an actor who could make a character feel completely real, whether she was portraying a devoted mother, a lonely woman in Central Park, or a determined figure in a serious drama. Today, we look back at her extraordinary career, her historic Oscar win, the roles that made her unforgettable, and the legacy she leaves behind. Brenda Fricker passed away on Thursday night in Dublin, according to her agent, Phil Belfield. In his tribute, Belfield described her as an irreplaceable talent and remembered her with great affection. His message reflected the reaction felt by audiences, fellow actors, and admirers around the world. Brenda Fricker's work had a rare honesty that cannot easily be replaced. The news prompted tributes across Ireland and beyond. Ireland's Deputy Prime Minister Simon Harris praised her as one of the country's great cultural ambassadors. An artist whose success showed the world the depth of Irish talent. Her death marks the end of a career that spanned more than 6 decades, from early television work and theatre to international film success. But while awards and famous roles made her widely recognized, it was the emotional truth in her performances that made her so memorable. Brenda Fricker was born in Dublin in 1945. Before becoming one of Ireland's most respected actors, she began her professional life outside the spotlight, working in journalism as an art editor. But acting eventually became her path. She developed her craft through theatre and television, appearing on stage in London and taking on early screen roles that helped establish her reputation as a talented character actor. Fricker was not an actor who depended on glamour or headlines. Her strength came from observation, detail, and emotional precision. She could convey heartbreak, warmth, anger, or resilience with a look, a pause, or a quiet change in her voice. Her early work included television appearances in productions such as Coronation Street, and she later joined the original cast of the BBC medical drama Casualty when it premiered in 1986. For audiences in the United Kingdom and Ireland, Casualty helped make her a familiar and trusted screen presence. Yet the role that would change her life, and place her permanently in cinema history, was still ahead. In 1989, Brenda Fricker appeared in Jim Sheridan's My Left Foot, a film based on the life of Irish writer and artist Christy Brown. Christy Brown was born with cerebral palsy and had control of only his left foot. Despite enormous physical and social barriers, he became a writer and painter. Daniel Day-Lewis played Christy Brown in a performance that earned him the Oscar for Best Actor. But alongside him was Brenda Fricker as Christy's mother, Bridget Fagan Brown. It was a role of enormous emotional weight. Bridget Brown was not presented as a simple symbol of sacrifice. Fricker portrayed her as a mother with strength, exhaustion, faith, frustration, and deep love. Her performance grounded the entire story. She showed the reality of a woman raising a large family while fighting for her son to be seen not as someone limited by disability, but as a person with talent, intelligence, and dignity. The role demanded sensitivity. It could easily have become overly sentimental, but Fricker avoided that completely. Instead, she made Bridget Brown feel like a real person, firm when she needed to be, tender when it mattered, and always emotionally present. Her performance was recognized around the world. At the 1990 Academy Awards, Brenda Fricker won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress for My Left Foot. The achievement was historic. She became the first Irish woman to win an Academy Award. Her victory was not only a personal milestone. It became a proud moment for Irish cinema. My Left Foot proved that stories rooted in Ireland could speak to viewers everywhere. It also showed that a supporting role, when played with honesty and depth, could become the emotional center of a film. For many people, Fricker's work in My Left Foot remains one of the finest supporting performances in modern cinema. Even decades later, viewers returning to the film often find themselves drawn to her quiet scenes, the moments in which Bridget Brown does not need a dramatic speech to express what she feels. That was Brenda Fricker's gift. She understood that the most powerful emotions are often found in what a character does not say. For a younger generation of viewers, Brenda Fricker became unforgettable in a completely different kind of film. In 1992, she played the Pigeon Lady in Home Alone 2. Lost in New York. The holiday comedy starred Macaulay Culkin as Kevin McAllister, who finds himself separated from his family in New York City. Among the film's most touching moments are Kevin's encounters with a lonely woman who lives among the pigeons in Central Park. In lesser hands, the character might have been treated as a joke or a brief side story. But Brenda Fricker gave the Pigeon Lady warmth, sadness, and humanity. Her character had experienced loss and isolation. Through her friendship with Kevin, the audience saw her not as someone to fear or ignore, but as a person deserving of kindness and connection. The scenes became some of the emotional highlights of the film. For many fans, the Pigeon Lady is one of the reasons Home Alone 2 continues to resonate every holiday season. The character reminds viewers that compassion can appear in unexpected places, and that even a short act of understanding can mean a great deal. Fricker's performance showed her remarkable range. In My Left Foot, she played a working-class Irish mother facing immense challenges. In Home Alone 2, she played a quiet, isolated woman whose friendship with a child becomes a moment of healing. The genres could not have been more different. Yet in both films, Fricker brought the same quality, emotional truth. Brenda Fricker's career was never defined by just one role. She appeared in a wide range of films and television projects, bringing distinction to every production she joined. Audiences saw her in So I Married an Axe Murderer, the 1993 dark comedy starring Mike Myers. She also appeared in Angels in the Outfield, a family fantasy film that introduced her to another generation of moviegoers. In 1996, she featured in the legal drama A Time to Kill, alongside a major ensemble cast. Fricker also appeared in Veronica Guerin, the acclaimed Irish film about the journalist who confronted organized crime in Dublin. Her work often reflected a quality that casting directors valued deeply: she could make a supporting character feel essential to the story. She was not always the loudest person in a scene. She did not need to be. A Brenda Fricker performance could add history to a character, suggesting a whole life beyond the dialogue on the page. That is what made her such a powerful actor. Across film, television, and theater, she built a body of work that was both widely seen and deeply respected. Her performances were never about showing off. They were about serving the story. So why did Brenda Fricker connect so strongly with audiences? Part of the answer lies in her ability to portray ordinary people with extraordinary depth. She often played mothers, workers, neighbors, and women who had faced difficult lives. Yet she never treated those characters as ordinary in the lesser sense of the word. She gave them dignity. Whether she was performing in a serious drama or a family comedy, Fricker made audiences feel that the person on screen had a complete inner life, hopes, fears, memories, and pain. That made her work lasting. Her Oscar was a major recognition of her talent, but her impact cannot be measured only by awards. It can also be seen in the way viewers continue to remember a moment from My Left Foot, or the tenderness of the Pigeon Lady in Home Alone 2. Some actors are remembered for a famous line. Others are remembered for spectacle. Brenda Fricker will be remembered for something rarer: the feeling she left behind. Following the news of her death, tributes have honored Brenda Fricker not only as an Oscar winner, but as a defining Irish actor. Her career helped open doors for Irish performers on the international stage. Her Oscar win was a landmark achievement, and it remains a source of pride for Ireland's film community. But Fricker's legacy goes beyond national recognition. To film lovers, she was Bridget Brown, the determined mother at the heart of My Left Foot. To holiday movie fans, she was the Pigeon Lady, the lonely but compassionate woman who showed Kevin McAllister the meaning of friendship. To television viewers, she was a familiar and talented presence from the earliest days of Casualty and many other productions. And to fellow performers, she was an example of what great character acting can be: honest, generous, subtle, and unforgettable. Brenda Fricker's passing is a profound loss for Irish cinema, for Hollywood and for audiences around the world. Yet her performances remain. They remain in the strength of Bridget Brown and My Left Foot. They remain in the kindness of the Pigeon Lady in Home Alone 2. And they remain in the hearts of viewers who saw something real in every character she played. Brenda Fricker was 81 years old. May she rest in peace.